In this video, we will explain how agents and supervisors will use Softdial Contact Center, or SCC, with any agent desktop platform. In the case of agents, we will cover logging into SCC in the browser and registering the Softdial WebRTC phone system. For supervisors and administrators, we will also describe the procedures for configuring agent logins and accessing and using reporting and recording. To access SCC, you must navigate to your SCC login page on your browser. There are 4 fields required for the login. At the top, you will enter the name of the tenant that you have been assigned to. Then your username and password. Normally, these will follow an easy-to-remember pattern which has been devised by your management. The bottom field is language, which will be set to the local language for your region. After clicking the Sign In button, you will be presented with a set of options based on the permissions that have been assigned to you. Agents may just see one option, the Softdial Phone, or they may also see an option to load their agent desktop client. Those with configuration permissions will see additional options, giving access to further functions. Softdial Repository is where the agent configuration is set up. Reporter and Recording Monitor provide access to those additional supervisor functions. We'll now go through the agent login procedure and show the process of setting up Softdial Phone. Note that you must log into Softdial Phone before you log into your agent desktop client. The first time you select Softdial Phone, you will be asked to re-enter your login details. This will not be required for subsequent logins. The browser will ask you for permission to access your microphone. Click Allow. Again, this will only be required once. The web phone will proceed to register. The green icon at the bottom of the dial pad confirms that it has successfully registered. As an agent, you must have your WebRTC phone registered before you proceed to log on to your agent desktop client. Now we'll log in as a supervisor and show the additional features available with supervisor permissions. The supervisor account has been given permission to access Softdial Repository, Reporter, and Recording Monitor, in addition to the Softdial Phone option. First, we'll look at the Softdial Repository, which is where you'll add or remove agents and configure their web phone extensions. Softdial Repository opens up in the Campaigns and Queues tab. To configure agents, click on the Users and Endpoints tab. Agents may be added to the system using an import process, so this will only be used to add, remove, or modify individual agents. To add an agent, click New and enter the username, password, display name, and default telephony address details. The login details for each agent will normally follow a protocol that has been devised by your management. New agents will require the Use WebRTC Phone option and agent permissions to be selected. Adding a new supervisor follows a similar process for setting login details. Selecting supervisor permissions gives access to Reporter. Selecting configuration permissions gives access to Softdial Repository. Selecting Record Monitor permissions gives access to the Recording Monitor application. Checking the Superuser option gives full permissions. This option allows users to modify reports in Reporter. Removing a user is straightforward. Just select the user to be removed, click Delete, and confirm the action. The Sounds tab allows audio files to be uploaded. These audio files can be used to play pre-recorded messages to customers, for example to play mandatory privacy notifications. Let's now take a look at Softdial Reporter. Reporter is structured with a global view containing live and historical reports folders. The live folder contains 3 reports. The first one is an overview report showing information about the campaigns that are running. This report shows top-level campaign status information and below information on all interviewers logged in to the platform with their current state, if they're waiting, talking or wrapping, and some information on how long they have been in each state. The Outbound Campaigns report shows more details for running campaigns, such as agent outcomes, switch provider outcomes, and agent status. The agent status report shows similar information to the overview report with the ability to filter the data by campaign. This shows there are no agents yet logged in to the C campaign. Historical reports provide similar information to the live reports, but with the ability to examine campaigns that are no longer running and starting at a specified time period. This agent performance report is for the period from the 28th of July. The agent results summary shows interviewer stats by outcome, for example, time spent on a refusal or reschedule. The campaign performance summary shows campaign stats such as number of completed calls with various timing details. The campaign outcomes report shows campaign-specific call outcome statistics organized by live and non-live outcomes. The detailed call report shows call-specific statistics for all calls on a specified campaign or time period. Users with supervisor permissions will have the ability to download these reports in various formats. Users with superuser permissions will also be able to customize the reports to suit their particular requirements. Users with recording monitor permissions will have access to the recording monitor application. Let's take a look at that now. Recording Monitor opens at the Recent Recordings tab, which displays the last 200 call recordings. The default view shows the campaign, agent, start time, telephone number, session ID, agent and switch outcomes, and the call duration. For privacy reasons, we've obscured the telephone numbers in this view. To hide a column, click on the heading and uncheck the column name. The other tabs show today's recordings and yesterday's recordings. The search tool allows you to search for a range of recordings or for a specific recording. You can search for all recordings for a specific campaign, or, for example, for all calls by a specific agent on a campaign, or any other criteria as shown in the search fields here. When you have found and selected a recording, click Play to play it in the browser. Or you can click Download to download it to your computer. You can also download multiple recordings by using Shift Select. To find out more about Sytel and Softdial Contact Center, check out the other videos on our channel or visit sytel.com. Thanks for watching.